I'm going out today on a Sunday. Usually I hate going out for array trips, and but I've got a few collections to actually do on the two different game stops that I've got, and yeah, game shops, even not game stops. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning. Like, obviously, if I knew that I'm just going without having a plan, I wouldn't have gone out today. But I know for a fact that in one game store, I've already got it. I've not paid for it, but I've been able to actually reserve stock, and that's already 30-40 quid profit. And then in a second store, I've got my collection, so I'll get my vouchers to have a look around. You never know what offers you'll actually get. And yeah, it's going quite well. Like, I think at the moment in time, I've got roughly about 500 quid worth of Game Elite points, which is good. And I am planning to spend those. I think I'm going to spend them on Lego, again, with Lego investing and so on. Maybe not so much me Lego building as so much Lego investing. I've just not got the time to do the Lego building, which I want to. And then I'm just thinking, well, I could be doing something else with that time, if that makes sense. I am building maybe one a week at the moment in time, but I've not got the time to do my massive Lego set. So, like, say for example, I've got that massive Daily Bugle set. What's the point of me buying something else if I've not built that in? We've got the 1st September coming, which I'll be doing. I'm 100% be buying that Lego Harry Potter Green Goat set. I'll probably be going in store and doing that too. So quite pleased with that. So just going through the road here. The Lego channel is going quite well. If you're watching this, the main channel, really the Lego channel, Nico's Bricks, that's doing quite well. I think we're at 408 subscribers, which is good considering I started, 2 months ago. It took me a year and a half before I actually got to 400 subscribers on this channel. And the growth of this channel has actually stopped massively. I used to get about maybe 90 to 100 subs per month, but I think last month I only got 8. So I don't know, like, maybe there's a change of content from going to doing array videos to suddenly all of a sudden talking about Amazon private label. And I've not got the numbers of the Amazon private label gurus, I would actually say, have I? Because obviously I'm trying to be as honest as possible with it. So I'm not going to be saying to you people, hey guys, I've got 200,000 a month, when I've not got 200,000 a month. What I am, I'm somebody that was working as a teacher for 10 years and decided to switch up the job to spend more time with the family, and hence everything's working really well. Like, touch wood, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Really, when it comes to this change of profession, I think what I do need to do, I need to actually talk about video in regards to what I've actually done for future proofing with pensions and etc. So obviously, I mean, briefly I can actually mention how I've got the pension with the PAYE. I've got Nest contributions, but also I'm paying toward the private pension too. But I think it'd be quite interesting to tell you guys what the plan is, and just for future proofing. I know obviously it is different. A lot of people say just invest in the cash and ISA, and then I need to actually do the maths and sit down properly and figure out, like, is there any point in me saving money while I'm actually still paying off a mortgage? Wouldn't it be better if I just paid more of the mortgage off, if that makes sense? So just something to think about for myself too. So I am thinking of maybe paying, my mortgage is only 730 at the moment in time. So what if I was actually paying an extra 200 a month? In the long run, I mean, 200 seems nothing, but in the long run, how much would actually save me? So I need to sit down and do the maths on it. It was a 35-year one, so now we're down to 30 years left to pay it off. So just stuff that I'm actually thinking as I'm driving first thing in the morning, really, for myself. Yeah, I mean, obviously the channel, I think, grew because of the array videos. If you go through and look at my videos on my channel, you'll find out that the majority of them are array videos that have got the views. So any of them that have got any views, possible views, is the array videos. But just I don't know, like, I like doing it, but then when you're actually coming out with so many units, you do get people looking at you. Then you forget to run the GoPro. It's not as if I've got a plan saying to myself, Nick, today you're doing this, you're going out for an array. It's some days I feel like it and sometimes I don't. Because obviously RA is not my business, so sometimes I feel like doing it and sometimes I don't feel like doing it. And yeah, and that means that maybe potentially I've not actually charged the GoPro, so I was like, alright, what's the point of going out, not charge the GoPro for it. So hence the why I've not been seeing a lot of RA videos. I'm getting better at it. I'm trying to do it a lot better. But yeah, it's just, I love doing RA as a hobby more than having it as a business at the moment in time for myself. And it's weird because obviously RA seems to be at the moment in time probably one of the best models to be doing with, if you have the time to be doing an announcement, because of just how fast the stock can actually turn around compared to if you're doing, let's say for example, OA, which at the moment in time is I've had to limit myself to 3 units maximum when I'm doing OA, simply because it's so easy for people to actually jump on listings and slash it. So when it comes to OA, I've always just been limiting myself to like 3. Often it's come around to bite me because I've had something that sold 3 on the same day, and then I went back to actually purchase more units and it sold out. But rather safe than sorry at the moment in time. That's my idea for it. So we're already here. I'm going to pack up. That didn't take long, really. I'm going to pack up my car. I'm going to be going Smith's in Game in Preston, and then hopefully the second lot of this RA video is me driving to Deepdale and showing you what I've got. Not showing you even, sorry. Speaking about if I've got any finds. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to park my car and speak to you in a bit. Oh, guys, so apologies, I'm absolutely sweltering. Of course, typical English weather. It looked like it was about to rain, so I had my jacket. Got all the way to Preston, like that, about an hour, about a 12-minute walk with a jacket on. And then on the way back, another 12-15 minute walk because I was loaded. So I'm absolutely sweltering, but it is what it is. Suddenly now it's 18 degrees and we just got super lucky. Obviously, first of all, I picked up what I wanted to pick up anyway, some Mario Karts that reduced to 39 quid. So I was really pleased with that I picked up 2 of them. I was able to already order the stock, so I didn't have to wait or anything. Then I was able to find quite a nice retired Marvel Legends figure, which is Captain America Zombie. A nice little Harry Potter Hornby set, and also I think I got some Stormtroopers. So not too bad really with that. And then as I was actually paying, behind the till I spotted a Pikachu Squishmallow and it had damage on it, and I said to him, I basically said, oh, do you think you could actually rub it off, you reckon it comes off? And he says, well, I've got a few more in the back. And I says, how many have you got? He scans it, it says, I've got 5, including this one. So, well, I said, well, can I have them all? He says, yeah, go for it. So I picked up 4 of them. Really, not too bad. Not too shabby, I would actually say so myself. Really pleased with that purchase. And now we're going to be going to our next game, which is at Deepdale. So we're going to be going through that. Obviously, we've got a few collections there, which means we're going to get a few vouchers too we can actually use in store. Yeah, very pleased. You could probably just see a little Pikachu Squishmallow at the back there of the car. But wow, what a buy that was. Just randomly walking in, asking a question, it says, yeah, you have to got 5. That knowing basically you just made me like 100 quid profit, which is insane. Yeah, so all in all, I think that trip there, going in and out, parking my car, walking 15 minutes, having a look around, walking 15 minutes back, about 200 quid, I would say, maybe even 250, depending on the best day. But I think 200 quid just made. I mean, it's not a bad day's work. What we're on 12:30. We set off the house around 11ish, I think. So that's an hour and a half now done. Quite pleased with it, really. Probably 11ish or 11:20, something like that we left. But pleased with that. Super pleased. So yeah, so that means now we're going to be going to quickly to the deep dill one, have a look at there. There's a boots, so potentially I might actually go to a boots and have a look at the clearance and boot section. I think it must be 3-4 months before I've actually sold anything from a beauty category because I've just not been stocking it. So looking forward to that really. I'm trying to figure out what else they've got there now to have a look at. Maybe Wilco. Wilco's not been bad. So something to keep an eye out for Wilco. But yeah, super impressed with that. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing with that trip. I know I don't smile with it when I'm talking, but I'm actually buzzing with it. I guess that's how people feel when, obviously, yeah, you got your RA, but then imagine you've got your car boot sales, haven't you? Like, you find something for like £2 and you sell it for like 30, you're just thinking, wow, £2 into 30 just because you know your stuff. And I guess that's the thing, the more you do it, the better you become with it. So like, I know that there's people that are just selling beauty products at the moment in time at Amazon, and they know what they're looking for, they know their price points. For me, I know action figures, I know toys, so I know what the price points are for that, I know what my margins are, I know what people are actually willing to pay. Obviously it's a bit more personal because I can actually have the nostalgia factor too. I am, 33 in December, so really I've got people that are buying items now simply because it's that nostalgia factor. I'm not expecting a 15-year-old to be buying a 60 quid figure. That's not the 15-year-old that's buying it. It's the 25-year-old, it's the 30-year-old that's buying that figure for 60 quid. Unless you got a really spoiled person with it. But yeah, we've got Morrison's and Deep Dill. If anyone's around here, it's always been absolutely awful. But that should be changing into a Tesco, so that might be interesting too. To be going to both Game and Tesco at the same time, because Tesco has actually not been too bad for me really in the past. Apologies by the way if the camera is actually moving. I've had to actually put it upside down, but yeah, hopefully it records it quite well. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the audio is not too far off from it. I've not got anything special on the camera really. I'm actually using just the GoPro 9, I think it is. GoPro 9 or GoPro 10 for recording here. And just literally recording as I'm actually driving. That's what I want to be doing. Yeah, again, I've thought of the idea of making it into a podcast then, but I guess you can have it, drive along with us really, and listen to what I'm doing, but I just keep seeing the same words over and over again, and I'm going to say now, I'm going to probably ruin the videos for you guys, but I say actually all the time. I say footage all the time. I say M all the time. I'm hoping the M might stop with the braces a bit, so as soon as the braces come off, I'm hoping that that comes better. I should have actually had them off on the 2nd of August, but there was just like one tiny piece of tooth that was actually sticking out, and I said, well, I've actually paid what, 3,000 for a Invisalign. Is there anything we can be doing? So of course you can actually get like a second treatment on it. So I'll probably have another 4 weeks of braces. Hopefully I can actually get a new set of braces on Wednesday, and then we'll probably have straight teeth in September. Get a nice little clean at the end too. That'll be quite nice, because having braces, blimey, just destroys your teeth. Just gets yellower and yellower. But I'm hoping it'll be nice at the end. I guess that's the thing, guys. Like, if you're watching and if you're 18, 17, and you've just took your braces off, your train tracks, which I had myself, keep that retainer on, because otherwise you end up being like 30, 35 and actually paying 3k for braces, which you got for free all these years ago. It is what it is. Which, zero finance, so I thought, stuff it, Nick, just do it, just get it done. That's what I thought. I just literally thought, just get it done and that's it. Oh, there's a Cornish here too. I might actually pop into Cornish. We got very lucky last week. We actually got made a quick TikTok video about it. So we got like a Roku 4K for $29.99 or $19.99. $19.99. That's what it was. It was $19.99. So a good minimum £5 profit, but potentially even 10, depending if I wait the buy box, and which I tend to actually wait for it. I set my price high up. and wait. I guess that's the thing for that road trip. So what we're on now, we're in 8 minutes. Obviously, it said 11 minutes to get from one place to the other. It just takes time, doesn't it? With that rate, it's so good. It's so good when you get it right, and when you do find the decent products. Like, say for example, I mean, 200 quid for an hour's work. That's not bad. But it's often the case that, and a lot of people that do YouTube will actually just show, oh, here's the thing, like, that's how much I actually made today. When the reality is many times you can actually go out and you get nothing, and you're thinking, well, I've just wasted 3 hours with it. It just happens. But when you do get something, the sell-through rate is amazing. I think the best thing is to actually try and have a bit of everything. So like it's like Amazon to Amazon. For a lot of people, Amazon to Amazon, I would say, is dead. Simply because they've not got the facility to actually store the goods for 3-4 months and wait for the price to recover. But then again, in my group, we actually found some. Obviously, if you know what I'm talking about, we've got some kettles reduced to 8.75, and they're selling for 30. So it's not bad, really. You've just got to find your opportunities with it. I guess I can actually put my glasses back on now. Hopefully the ones steam up. I took them off because they actually steamed off. That's why I took them off. Come on, light, light. We're good. TGI Fridays around the corner here. Not TGI. Five Guys. We've got Five Guys now, Preston. So we got one the other day through, I think it was Uber One, so we got a discount on it, but it was still 24 quid. 24 quid for 2 burgers and chips. Madness. Literally, you need a loan to actually eat at Five Guys. If you get a drink too, that's not 5 quid. People do it. A lot of people are in there now doing it. Sunday, it's 12:30. Let's go for a lunch. Let's pay 40 quid for our Five Guys. It's good though. It's good. You can't argue with that. It's good. What are you doing? You crazy man. On the roundabout, just thought, yeah, I'm just gonna go out. Not just how polite I was, I just had a facial reaction, just said, what are you doing, basically? It's like I didn't swear in Greek. Well, I don't know, maybe you wanted me to swear in Greek, but I didn't swear in Greek. I was being polite. Right, let's reverse this. Can reverse into anything. Could I pull it straight forward? Could I yank? Some horrible parking here today. Right, we're in. Let's go. 2 GameStops. We went to Boots, scanned a few things, nothing. It'd be interesting if you guys would have picked it up or not. So I picked up some Gillette razors that had, I think, from 20 quid, 7 quid in them, but there was only one other seller on Amazon, and IP alert was showing up. The question is, would you have chanced it or not? Like, for me, at the moment in time, with me doing private label and everything, I just don't like chancing stuff. So anything that shows IP, I pretty much leave it, unless it's actually something that I've sold before I started everything. So for example, Nivea and HP, I still sell no matter what. With it just seems that obviously with just 2 sellers on the listing, I was a bit scared with that. We picked up our items. We had 4 collections to pick up. This was good. That means 4 vouchers, and I was able to use 4 vouchers. So I was able to find some really nice stuff in store, which I'm extremely pleased about with that too. What else? I went into Wilco. Obviously, they lured me in with their closer signs, and I thought, this is it, I'm going to start scanning away, but literally nothing was reduced. The only thing that was reduced was barbecues, and again, there were barbecues named as Wilco barbecues, so it's not as if it was a branded name. So there was literally no margin whatsoever. As I said, Boots, I just saw that as a let thing, nothing crazy. So just as well for game, really. Yeah, and I guess it's just nice that obviously when you go to game stores and you're honest with them in regards to what you do, and they'll treat you very nicely. I think if you treat them like they're stupid, of course they'll treat you badly. There's no way you're going to have a person that's actually, I don't know, maybe you've got a buyer that's buying multiple quantities of the same item or asking questions. Have you got any more of these in the bag? Like, we're not talking about clothes here, we're talking about toys and collectible figures. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I've always just remained honest with them, and it's paid off. There's only one time that's not been paid off, and that's that time in Manchester, which I've talked about numerous times when it comes to games. And then every time I've actually mentioned that store to a game manager, they're like, yeah. So it's just one of those things. I'm just seeing courage and I'm walking away because why not? I'm going home hungry, so instead of me actually spending another fiver actually out, I'm going home. I may have missed something, I might not miss something, you'll never know. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's not my day job to do RA. I just like it as something on the side, as a top up. It was nice and easy to build up capital a bit. Because obviously we've committed a lot of capital in the private label. We're at what, 27k. We've still got 6.5, 7k that's not arrived. So really we've got 20k committed at the moment in time. I'm going to make a whole video, but I actually have committed myself to having 2 products release them into Vine for reviews. I want to find out, obviously for myself and for yourselves too, the whole process, how much it's costing me and all that carry on. Again, obviously anything that I'm trying to do in this channel is I'm trying to have it as clear as possible. I don't have like a curtain over what I'm doing. I want to be as clear as I can actually be. So like hopefully people understand that private label is not just one day you decide to do private label and 6 days after you've actually got your products and you're selling. We started in October, we didn't get products till January. We really didn't take ourselves seriously until March. So what, we're in 6 months to do this properly, and I can see the results. It's amazing to see the results, amazing to see the reviews, and it's amazing to see how 75% of the stuff that I'm selling is private label. There's days now that I've just been selling private label, and I'm really pleased about it. I've ever said that I'm really pleased. It's just nice to actually have it on the side, and you can see it being passive. I can see it being passive. That's the thing that keeps pushing me with it. So like what I'm going to be doing this week is I'm going to be committing time, and so obviously we've done the RA. Brother's actually going away to Greece for 2 days to watch the City game. A bit of fun fact for you, obviously I'm from Greece. The team I support is Olympiacos. I'll always will support Olympiacos. We used to have season tickets at gate 17 for 5-6 years, and then he got his Super Cup final. It's a Super Cup final, is that what it's called, between Champions League and Europa League, and ends up with, what gate is he on? Gate 17. Just a funny thing. But so he's flying over. The final's actually in Greece in Olympiacos Stadium, Georgios Karaiskakis Stadium, and yeah, I think it'd be quite interesting for him. But that means I've not got somebody to do any RA packing for me this week, so I'm going to be committing the week to creating A+ contents for all my Amazon listings, my private label listings. So what I've been doing is often I've actually been going and finding similar products in other countries, like Amazon Canada, Amazon America, Amazon Spain, Amazon America actually, and Canada are the ones that I've been looking most. And then I've been seeing if they've actually sold and what could I do with the pictures. So say for example there's one product that I wasn't selling for me at all, and when speaking to the Chinese supplier, because obviously she's the lady that I spend quite a lot now, 15-16k with her, and I says, well, in all honesty, I'm surprised they're not doing as well as I expected to do, because they're not. And she said to me, well, another customer in Canada is actually doing quite well. These have just ordered another 2,000 of them. So that for me was enough to actually put the keywords that my item was into Amazon Canada and find out what they've done with the products, or find out what it was. And the main difference was the way the images were actually formatted. even the main image, you're thinking, wow, there's nothing much I can actually do here, but you can. And it made actually massive difference for it. I can see already the ranking of it is the 33k. I've just actually launched it on Vine too, so I'm hoping that that will actually build the product and people seeing the product. And yeah, I think that'll be amazing. It'd just be amazing to have like a product in the toy category actually selling during Christmas time. I guess that's the biggest one. So yeah, again, I'm various. Obviously, I like toys, so I've done a toy one. I think my next, I've done beauty. I think I will do another beauty one, maybe potentially. But I'm just really enjoying the ride with it. As I said, now we've got 2 more months to pay the Amazon loan. And it is Q4, so really what I should be doing now is potentially either deciding to purchase one more item or build what we've got, restock what we can, pay off that Amazon loan, which is not, it's not a lot of money. I mean, it is a lot of money. Sorry, I'm being stupid. It's not a lot of money left. Okay, it's 6,000 left. So that means we borrowed 33.5 in September, and through October, sorry, 33.5 in October, and in a year we've paid 33.5 back. Obviously we've created quite a lot of profit in the business. If I was doing OA and RA, I would have had even more profit in the business, but suddenly I've decided, oh, by the way, Nick, we're going to switch to private label. What a crazy man, like a year after actually quitting his job, a secure job, thinking let's change the business model too, but that's another story, which I think I've actually talked about numerous times with it too. But I'll this back window so you guys so you can hear me better. Yeah, so obviously we've got, they take 3k of my revenue each month, and it's not 3k of the profit, they take 3k of the revenue and about 200 quid a month interest. So it cost the business, in reality, it cost the business about what, 2k to employ me for the year. That's the way I saw it at the time. Would I take it again? That's a very good video. Would I take the loan again? Long story short, I would say no, but that's another story too. With it, sorry guys, just people forget to drive on a Sunday, it seems. Apologies if I'm not looking at the camera, but believe it or not, I do need to be looking when I'm driving with it. What was I saying? Yeah, we've got 2 more months to pay it off, and I'm looking forward to actually be able to plan accordingly, because it just feels weird. It feels weird, 3k of your revenue each month going away to Amazon. But obviously we had 33.5k. How many times have we turned that over and over again? And yeah, I guess the other thing that I hadn't planned for that 7.5k corporation tax in January, and it was quite nice that I did have that money in the bank to actually pay for it, unknowingly. Yeah, but I guess you live and you learn. That's the thing with the business. Like, they don't teach you that. Sadly, they don't teach you stuff like that at school. They just don't teach you, like, even if you go and do economics. I mean, I've got an economics degree. They don't teach you so many important things. So I doubt people going to business schools, they actually teach them how to actually run a business. I very much doubt it. Like, you teach economics at school, do you learn anything about economics? Potentially no. You learn about theory, microeconomics and microeconomic. You learn about theory over and over again. What would the government do for schemes? You don't actually learn how to manage your accounts. And I guess that's the thing, is that people have got a fear of money. People have got a fear of money. It's like, oh, I've got 1,000. I mean, you've got the other extreme where people have got no idea of money and they just get themselves on crazy debt. So they think, I've got my credit card, let's max it, it's the normal thing to do. So many videos I've seen, maybe not so many in the UK, but in America, where people are just maxing out the credit cards because that's what my friend's done, I'm just going to max my credit card. And you're just thinking, you're paying 25% interest on it. For what? For what? What did you have to buy that you have to actually pay 25% interest on? It's absolutely insane. And over here in the UK, they just don't teach. In Greece, it's every place. It's the same thing in every place. They just not teach kids how to actually manage money. Like, people are scared of banks. Say for example, like me, I've got a second card that I switch every 3-4 months and receive that benefit of 200 quid. I mean, it's easy, the easiest money ever. All you got to do is to switch your bank account, make sure you have 2 direct debits on it. So I've just got the gym and something else, and then you just switch it every 3-4 months and I get 200 quid for doing absolutely nothing. I'll do a video about that too. And doesn't affect your credit score or anything, but people are just scared of money. It's mad. I think it's absolutely insane. Being scared of money, like, what comes and goes, money comes and goes. Like, I've experienced the having a lot of money, I've experienced not having a lot of money. So I've experienced basically being on the last 20 quid in Greece as a family. But that's, again, done. Start talking about that, I'll be here forever talking about it. But yeah, it's just money, and people are scared of it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane that people are scared of money, like how to actually manage it. I don't know if it has to do with that, I should save it or no. Well, first of all, have money in the bank. You've got 5,000 in the bank, you're probably going to have a 4,900 purchasing power in 2 years' time with that 5,000. Simple as that. Money in the bank is doing nothing. As long as you can actually explain to the bank to what you're doing with that money, you're investing it, they shouldn't have any issues. Okay, they understand it. It's like me now, like I pay myself with minimum wage, and the rest of it is dividends. The banks are not stupid. They know that company directors are doing it in such a way in order to actually receive the benefit of running their own businesses and being their own director of the business. So as long as you have a steady income showing from your dividends and your income, then there shouldn't be an issue for you going and getting your mortgage for the house. But yeah, I'm already on the ladder, which is quite easy to talk about it. Very lucky that my first interest rate was, come on Nick, you should know off the top of your head. I want to say it was 2.9. 2018, I want to say it was 2.9. Now I think it's 3.1. The difference, the mortgage went up by 20 quid in January. That's the difference between it. But yeah, I mean, we've got ourselves in a really good situation. Put money towards the house without having negative equity, because anything I'm actually doing, it seems to be the house prices around the area is going up. I'm not building an extension, I'm just bettering the house, like all decorations, everything. So I'm not making my house to have negative equity, if that makes sense. So really, I'm not always spending and pricing myself out the area that I'm actually living. So basically, you don't want to be doing 100,000 worth of like DIY in the house when you bought it for 190. Your house is now worth 290 for you, but it's only 250 in a neighborhood. So that's what I mean with negative equity, really. It's so interesting, like why did they not teach people about money and being scared? It's like people say, like, oh, you should save for a pension. Of course you save for a pension, but you can also do it by yourself. You do not need to be working for someone to save for a pension. There's private pensions you can actually be paying into. There's private pensions are probably a better scheme. You can have your private pension, put it in S&P 500. It's obviously a good one. Retire at 55. I just don't get it. Like, why are people so scared of money? I could just talk about that for ages. That'd be a very interesting concept, I think, talking to people, like, and people scared of money, like having. It's the fact that an 18-year-old lives A-level, goes to university, and has not got a clue about how to manage money. Most 18-year-olds, sadly, have not got a clue because just the education system has failed them. It's mad. And this is me, somebody who was working in the education system for 10, 15 years. It's so sad. So sad.